and it is time to learn to multiply. We're building fluency now, all right? Your child is at a point where they understand how to use arrays, how to use groups, how to use repeat addition, and now it's time to start building that fluency so they don't have to always need that pencil and the paper, and they can start understanding what this stuff actually means out of thin air. Now, what I don't want you to do, and I say this all the time, is try to get your child to memorize facts. Now, flashcards are very important, and it's very important so your child can understand these facts, these multiplication facts, but it's not great to just try to get them to rote memorize everything you put in front of them, because this type of multiplication right now will go to different and higher levels, and they need to have strategies in order to solve these problems. Now, the more they practice, of course, they'll become more fluent. All right, so that's something you wanna remember, and you're not really drilling your child a whole lot. Now, what is multiplying threes? It's putting things into groups of threes, and we all know how that is, but how do you teach it? Well, your child should know and they should learn. And if not, then this is a great opportunity to give them a chance to learn that putting things into groups of threes is as simple as going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, right here I have 2 groups of 3, so this is 2 groups of 3. But I can also make 3 groups of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And notice I put them in arrays because a person like myself, I really need that structure. So we have 2 groups of 3s, 3 groups of 2s. If you count them up, you'll notice that there's 6. So that is one strategy that you can teach your child to focus on. And that's a strategy that they're probably already using. Now, if we got away from that, then it would take us now having to understand that multiples of 3 always add together to get 3. These are some of the rules and some of the things that you can figure out, that your child can use to figure out whether or not the answer that they have is correct or not. So what I mean by that, multiples of 3s add together to get 3. If you look at it, 0, 3. Good. 6 is a multiple of 3. Good. 9 is a multiple of 3. Good. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Good. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 2 plus 1 equals 3. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 2 plus 7 equals 9. Now it continues. That pattern continues with 3s. All right. The next one will be 30. 3 plus 0 equals 3. Then 33. 3 plus 3 equals 6. And then 30. What's next? 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9. They always make a multiple of 3. It's crazy. 3s, 6s, and 9s are just, they're insanely fun once you find certain type of patterns. All right. So if your child's going to that part of correcting their work, this is an implication that they can figure out themselves. If they have 3 times 7 and for some reason they put it in groups and they count 22, then they can check their work and you can say, well, 2 plus 2, is that 3, 6, or 9? And if it's not, then you know that this answer is not correct, that it should technically be 3 times 7 equals 21. It's a way of checking their work before they even really understand the strategies and the patterns. All right, so how do you teach the strategy of multiples of 3? Well, it's as simple as doubling the number and adding the number, right? So any number times 3 is always double the number and add the number. Double the number and add the number. Double the number and add the number. And in my class, we sort of march this part. And no, it's not to memorize. It's just because it's something fun to do. When we're multiplying by 3s, we double the number and add the number, and double the number and add the number. And so that's pretty much what you're going to do. But what does that mean? Well, if you look at the bottom, you'll see, well, at the top I have 3 times 5. And what I want to do first is I want to double the number. And this should be a 5 because I add the number, right? I don't know what I was thinking when I made this. So 5 times 2 is 10, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I'm going to add the number. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, I doubled the number first. I multiplied by 2's to get 10. Then 10 plus 5 equals 15. Now, again, I use my hands because I teach children, once you understand those 2's and those 5's, you can kind of do a lot from it. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then once I get to 10, I now add the number because I have my 5. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 3 times 5 equals 15. Again, your child can use the groups, the arrays, the repeated addition if that's easier. But this is a strategy that makes it kind of a little quicker and builds that fluency, all right? So I have 3 times 7. Again, I double the number and then add the number. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I got my 7. Then I'll start counting now. Add each one. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I doubled the number and got 14. And then when I added the number, I got 21. Therefore, 3 times 7 equals 21. Now again, let's go back and check. 5 plus 1 is 6, so that's right. 2 plus 1 is 3, so that's right. Remember the 3, 6, and the 9, all right? They have to add up and equal 3, 6, or 9. All right, the next one I have 3 times 3. Again, I want to double the number, then add the number. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So 3 times 2 is 6, and I almost wrote a 3, plus 3 equals 9. Therefore, the answer, the product is 9. And again, it is either a 9, a 3, or a 6. All right. Again, enjoy doing this process with your child. I know they're going to enjoy having you involved. All right. Thank you again for joining me on my learning block. Keep learning with me, and I'll see you next time.